If you're a small business owner, you have probably thought, I have no idea what to post today. I have no idea what to post ever, and I am so lost and I just don't know how to talk about my business. If you've ever felt that way, this is for you. I want to talk about ways that you can generate content ideas for your business that really resonate with your audience and help you get sales, help you get leads, and help you get more traffic to your website. Before we get into it, I do want to talk a little bit about what I mean when I say content, because content can mean a lot of different things. And I've also realized that it's one of those marketing jargony terms that I use, and I don't mean to. It's so common for me to use it. So I kind of want to break down what content is when it comes to your marketing so that you feel a little bit more confident, because maybe when I say content, you're thinking just social media posts. Or maybe when I say content, you're just thinking about blog posts. So let's pull it back a little bit and really think about what content is as it relates to your business. So yes, it is something that you could use to create a social media post or a blog post, but content could also be something that goes into your email newsletter. Hopefully you have an email newsletter set up. We could also say content is videos that you make. It could also be opt-ins that you have on your website, little lead generators, downloadable PDFs, those kinds of things. So depending on what you need in your business, content is kind of a filler word that can mean a lot of things. But I think it's important to realize when we are talking about how we create content for our business is that it can mean a lot of different things, and that there's nothing wrong with repeating the same ideas across different types of content. So you could make a video and also a social media post and also send something about it to your newsletter, because people need to see and hear the same kinds of things over and over for it to really stick. Now that we're on the same page about what content is and how you can use it in your business, let's think about ways that you can generate ideas so that you can create content, especially if you've ever felt like you just don't know what to say or you don't know what your people might be interested in. If you've been around me, you know that I am an analytics nerd. I love to look at numbers. So look at your social media posts over the past 90 days or over the past year and look at what kinds of posts performed best. Not only if it was a video or if it was a carousel or if it was a single photo, but really what were the things that you were talking about that really got somebody to respond. And the thing that we are looking at when it comes to social media is what got somebody to either save a post, share a post, or leave a comment, or even DM you. The DMs are going to be hard to tell from analytics, I think, for most of us, but you can look at the other three things and kind of get an idea of when you talk about these topics, your audience gets excited and they want to hear more about that. So looking back over the posts that you made, if you can see some common threads where maybe there's some topics that every time you talk about them, people really like it. If that is related to your business, then it makes a lot of sense to include that as part of your marketing strategy, which means making more content that is similar to that content, because obviously your audience was engaged with it and wants to see more of it. Another place that we can look is your FAQs. Now that might be an actual FAQ on your website, like an actual FAQ page, or maybe it's just the common questions that you answer over and over again. If you're not utilizing that in your marketing, you're missing an opportunity, because your audience is telling you, because they are asking these questions over and over again, they are telling you that they want to learn more about this. You can do that by creating content based around those FAQs. That could be a video where you explain something, or a carousel where you share information, or maybe it is a static post. There's a lot of variety that we can do. You could write a whole blog post about it and then link it to different places. The cool thing, one of the things that I really like to do, is when it comes to writing a blog post, not only am I thinking about what is somebody who might be out in the world searching for this, but what are the common questions that I find myself answering over and over again? And wouldn't it be nice if I had one link, one resource that I could send people to so that they could learn more about that particular topic? Another place that you could look if you're feeling stuck about what you could post and what kind of content your audience would respond to is look at the communities that you are a part of. If you are a business owner, you are probably part of a LinkedIn community or a Facebook community or Reddit or wherever you are hanging out. Similar to your own FAQs, you can also look at the kinds of questions that come up often in those communities and then make content that matches it. Not to market to those communities, but extrapolating that if somebody is asking those questions in a semi-public forum, then there are probably a lot of other people who have the same kinds of questions, and you can create content that matches those needs. In some cases, yes, it might be answering a question. In another case, it might be just sharing content about a particular topic that people seem to have an interest in. If you're not part of an online community that is like that, or your online communities aren't business focused, you can also go to a search engine and type in the type of business that you have. So I'm a marketing strategist, so I would type in marketing strategist. And what's going to happen is that not only will it autofill for me I will start typing marketing strategist and it will fill it in for me, but it will also have a little drop down of other things that people are searching for when they search for the type of business that you have. So whatever your business is, if you're a contractor, if you're a photographer, if you are an electrician, whatever that is, type that in and you will start to see questions. So not only will you have the autofill that drops down immediately as you start to do it, once you complete your search, you might also see people also ask. And then if you scroll down, you can also see people also search for. Both of those are going to give you clues about the words and phrases that your audience is using to find out more information about what you do. You can take those ideas and turn them into content. You can use them to, again, answer questions, share more information, give insight, depending on what your business is. And that's going to help you better connect with your audience because there are people out in the world who are actively looking for this kind of information, and then you are providing it. And depending on your business, there might be questions that you wish your audience would ask. Maybe they're not asking it yet, but it would be great if they did. And you could treat that kind of content idea as if somebody asked it. So if there is some piece of your business that you wish people would ask about, something that makes you really unique, you can treat it as if it's a frequently asked question and just answer questions about it or provide more content around it. Because not only does that give you content that you can share and write and create, it also lets you demonstrate how you're different, what makes you unique. Because at the end of the day, you are an expert and you know the questions that your audience should be asking. If you're an electrician, there are probably questions that lay people just don't know to ask. Whatever you do, whatever your business is, there are things that you know that people should be asking and they're not asking. So treat it as if somebody asked the question and then answer it for them. And finally, this one might be cheating just a little bit. But if you're feeling really stuck on content ideas and you just don't have time to create it, you are behind, everything is happening all at once, but you know that you need to get something out, one of the things that you can do is go back through your previous social media posts, go back through your previous emails, go back through blog posts and turn them into fresh content because you've already done the work. So part of the work is already done. You can create new content from things that you've already created instead of always having to create from scratch. At some point, you can probably lean more on content that you've already created rather than starting fresh every single time. And one of the things, again, just because you made a blog post about it doesn't mean you also can't make a video about it. Just because you made a video about it doesn't mean you can't also make it a piece of social media content, because people need to see the same kinds of information about your business. They need to see you being professional and they need to see you answering the questions and showing up over and over again. That's how you build your message. That's how you build your brand. That's how you build authority. And that's how you build trust in the people who might want to work with you. If you've ever thought somebody is going to get mad at you for sharing the same content again, I promise you, you're not the only one who's had that concern. And also nobody is going to care. Unless you are sharing the exact same post 5 days a week, nobody is going to notice that you reused a post from 3 months ago. And if they did notice, it's kind of impressive. And they should probably also find more things to do with their time. If you think about all of the content that somebody sees, if they can remember a post that you posted 3 months ago, it's incredibly unlikely. So please reuse and repurpose with abandon. It will save you time and it will help you stay on message. That's all I have for you today. If any of these have inspired you to get a little bit more creative with your content, please let me know. If there's a way that you get content ideas that I didn't share, please drop it in the comments. I would love to hear what you're doing.